Okay, gents, I'm in a lesson with my Year 10 boys, and we are going to look at producing a PCB layout for this board project, a breakout board. So what do? Well, first up, what we're going to do is we're going to grab a microcontroller. Once we've done that, we're going to move on and get some energy. So I'm going to put my microcontroller in the middle, first of all. There we are. Now that, of course, is going to have a couple of pads coming out of it. So the next thing I'm going to do is go up. I think I've got some switches up here, and I want this little one here. So I'm going to put this one in. That's going to be my switch, which is going to go to my high. I'm going to need a couple of pads. I'm going to double click on that pad. The width of that should be round, and that should be, I think it's 1.5. 1.5. I'm not convinced about that. No, I don't think it is. I think it's 2.5. That's what we want. Just going to delete that. That is the right size. Okay, I'm going to go to 3 by 3. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, got a couple of pads for both the high and the low. I'm going to have some seals over here. I'm going to have my inputs over here and my outputs over there. But of course, before I do any of that, what I need is my info port. Boys, if you have any questions at any point, just put your hands up, because what I can do is just stop this. That's under sockets. So let's have a look down here, switches. Some connectors. What's the info port under sockets?
Microcontroller.
It's like a download socket.
Oh, so it is. I swear it used to be not under that, it used to be under sockets. Anyway, we're going to put that down here. Give yourself a little bit of room. Okay, and then we're going to get some seals in here. So the seals. Should be the SILs. Single in line, and we're going to take these ones, the ones we've got. So we're going to take one up there, copy and paste, one in here, one in there. I think that's probably a bit far out, so I'm going to pull that in a little bit. I'm going to take it down to there. That's about right. So I've got to think about how all this is going to be joined together. First one's going to be a high, and the next one's going to be a low, because that's generally the housekeeping that we have adopted. I'm going to move that down a little bit. This one is going to be a high sill. And then we're going to need also, I think, coming out the back of here, which isn't the best of housekeeping in actual fact. I'm going to have a series of high sills. I think maybe one there. Too sure about that. Anyway, we'll work that out as we go. So first up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect that to. I'm going to connect that to my middle output. I've got my tracks the wrong size, so I could double click on there. I went at 1.5. Double click on here. Fine, okay. Alright, that's not working. So let's just delete that. Double click on here. 1.5. Miss Rutter, you alright?
The key for the VR cabinet,
Yeah.
is that in the back?
I don't know. Ask Chris. Yeah.
We've got our VR wizard.
VR club. Okay, so coming out of here, what I'm going to do is that. I'm not going to do that in actual fact. I'm going to do that. And then this one here needs to be connected down here. So I'm going to actually bring that up a couple, bring that down a couple. Yes, Mohammed.
Please zoom out.
Can I zoom out?
Yes.
Of course I can. 1 second. Just wait with me. Is that all right? Pardon? For what? 3. There's 5. They're doubles, aren't they? So there's 5 on the left, 6 on the right. Paul.
Where are the sills?
Sills are under S single in lines. So if you look at the top here, single in lines. Got them?
3 pin and 4 pin?
4 pin. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same as what we've done here, except we're going to go slightly further up. Okay, good. So that will, those 2 top tracks will be pulled down, going up to a low up here, and those bottom 3 will be pulled down. I'm just wondering if I've got to do that in a slightly different way. What I'm going to do first, I think, is put a resistor in. I want my resistor to bridge these 2 tracks, which I think is going to be an issue. So I'm going to get a 10 resistor, 10 mil resistor, which is for this track here. So you can see at the moment it's not bridging this bottom track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to come out just as before, but I'm going to go underneath. Didn't quite get to it. See what I did it properly. I will pull that. Let's just put another track in there. Okay, so now we can see that that resistor there will bridge the 2 tracks below it. Can you see? Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that and paste it in, and I'm going to put that one there, and then I'm going to copy that and paste it in, and that is going to be my final resistor, which is going to be one away, it'd be here. Okay, so how are we going to connect those? Well, I'm going to connect that just as before, like that, and then I'm going to connect that one like that, just to keep them all in line, and then these will all be going low. In a minute, the low will come from here, it will go across, it will go down, it will go around, and it will go over here somewhere. And I'm going to leave it at that time being, but I'm going to connect there my resistors, all of which would be 100k. So we can see the inputs there, all correct. Paul?
Which size resistor is it?
100, please. 100k resistor.
Millimeters.
10.2 is it?
Yeah.
Okay. In 12, you can use 12 if you want. Yeah, I don't mind 12. Actually, you might even say 12 more suitable. I've spoken about these seals being temporary, which is excellent, but there may be a time when you want to make them all permanent. So what I'm going to do here, and I've, as I say, I've spoken about this once before, is try and get all of these in a line. Right. Oh no, they might be all right. Okay, I'm going to put the next one in there, next one in there, next one in there, next one in there. Yeah, I think they'll be fine. So now we can see that each one of these has its own pad. I think these are quite big pads as well. Okay, which would be a permanent pad for this. And you could argue that probably we could take it slightly further to the right, but I'm sort of happy with the size of this. I don't think it needs to be much smaller. Okay, so what we need is a high for all of these, and we're going to get the high from this here. We could also, in all honesty, bring this up probably to about here, couldn't we? So up we go, which also means that this will come up significantly. Taking that. All right, lovely. What are we doing next? Well, in one way or another, I think I'm going to move that over. We need to connect the status to pin 13, so let's just do that. Status to pin 13, really easy. And then we need a couple of resistors over here. So the first resistor is going to be coming trying to find a way in. Just spin this round just to see if it's a bit more elegant. Yeah, I quite like that. So I'm going to use it this way around instead, and I'm going to come out of here. I'm going to go to my I need a pull down on that. So where's the pull down coming from? I'm going to copy and paste it. I'm going to bridge over here with my pull down, and then just have a track coming to the pull down, and the pull down then goes low. This as well goes low. I think it's always good to declare that. We could of course just drop it down here, but I'm not going to do that. So that there, guys, is my inputs. Technically it's not my inputs, is it? Because I don't have a high. I'm going to put my high in now, which I think only needs to go to here. It goes to there. Just going to pause the video. Yes. Mohammed, you got a question?
Do they like touch the wire?
With the resistors, do they touch the wire? Do you mean here?
Yeah, the pull down.
The pull-down resistors are connected to each input, and they go all the way down to a low. So they do. The terminals need to be connected to a track.
But can you zoom in? Just point that.
Most definitely.
Oh, there's like this tiny lines.
Yeah. Got me?
Yeah, but aren't you pulling them down?
I am pulling them down.
There. Oh, right.
I am pulling them down. Most definitely pulling them down. Yes, Paul.
For the resistor that connects to the programming port, or the down port, does it need to be like horizontal? Can it be vertical?
Doesn't matter. It can be whatever direction you want. I don't want it going diagonal. I've given it a little bit of room here just because it gets a bit congested around this area. So I've given it a little bit of room. And that is a bit unconventional that I'm sort of coming away and then jumping back over. But I'm sort of happy with that. And I don't want to get too near the chip either. That's why I've kept them quite congested in that area. But I'm pretty sure that'll be all right. Alex, you all right?
Yeah, how do you do these programming tasks without extra components?
Well, what's the first one?
That's a timer, but like for the street light.
All right, let's not go on to that. Let's just do the timer first. Jumping ahead, aren't you?
5 LEDs, okay.
Okay, so this will be a high and a low. What we want is a high,
We did all the other ones.
which we're going to put over here, and a low, which we're going to put there. All right, and then
How do you do the pluses?
the high is going to go to this switch, and then the switch is going to come down to give a high to the microcontroller. Paul.
No, I was just going to ask how to do the plus, but I know that.
Wait, how do you do it?
It's the less.
Okay, so that is the low for the Genie. So it's got a high and a low now. It's also connected to the info port. We've got our seals down here. What we haven't done is the seals up here. So I'm just going to have a little think about this because I wasn't very happy with the way that I previously did it. I think also what I'm going to do is move this component. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to move this much closer. Now I can delete that node, and I can move that one. I'm not very happy that that's not a 45 degree, so I'm going to add a node, put the node in there I think. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and so now what we've got is all the way to, that will mean that when I flick the switch to the left, that will turn on the circuit. So next up, what I'm going to do is provide the seals with a high. I'm also going to put a series of highs in here as well. I'm going to move those two up just to give myself a little bit more room for these, and so I can put some more of these in. Yeah.
Where do you put the buttons? Like, what are the circles? Where do you put them? Because like you're putting them in quite a lot of places.
I'm doing what, sorry?
Like you're putting the buttons in quite a lot of places. I'm just wondering, like, where do you put them?
I'm putting the buttons in quite a lot of places.
I'm just wondering, like, where you put them.
I don't know what you mean by buttons.
Not buttons, the blue ones and stuff.
These pads.
Pads.
These pads I'm going to put down here, and this is what Alex is talking about, that what we've got here is we've got some high seals, so we're going to connect these, and if we wanted to connect to other boards we can connect the seals. What I'm also going to do is have some permanent pads below, so that if I wanted to connect it permanently high, because I ended up using this in my garage, for example, to use my garage door, I didn't want the possibility of one of these seals becoming detached from a wire. I could always solder it in and make a permanent joint with a solder. Does that make sense, Mohammed?
Yes.
You sure?
No, but I think I know.
And I'm going to do something very similar on the other side with the lows as well. Okay, so that's my seals in there, and that's my permanent highs. Got my switch in there. Pardon? Can if you want, yeah. Put them. You can put them down here if you wanted. Want to put them down there? You can put them down there. Might be a nicer place to put them. I sort of regret not doing that actually. I regret not putting them down there. I think that'd have been much nicer. Down here. So they could have gone down there. I could have spaced them out. I'm not very happy with how they're so close together. But given that they're all the same high, that I'm not really that.
You need the square pads to run the wire.
You do. And in that, let's just give this a.
Do you need the square pads for all the inputs as well?
The inputs to come and go into the cells.
To go into the solder inputs, the permanent inputs.
Yes, you do. I'll be honest with you, I'm not very happy with these being I'm going to just reduce the number of permanent soldered positions. Okay, so we've got 5 of those. Put them in there. There we go. That's nice. That's better. There we are. So that will be the pad for that. That'll be the strain hole for that pad, and so forth. Okay, happy with that at the moment. Alex, you were saying what I need here is some strain holes, and you're absolutely right. I'm going to whack them in here. Bit annoyed, I can't whack one in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come across and whack one in. I can't do it there, can I?
Go underneath.
We'll go in here. Can I go in underneath here? Yes, I can. I like, if possible, to try and keep them all in one line. That's all right. I'm happy with that. We'll put some labelling in. Okay, so that is my high side all drawn up. So let's get on to the low side. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to select, copy and paste. What do you reckon about there? Yeah, I reckon about there. I actually don't think we need to. I think we can get a bit closer. I'm going to come in a couple. All right. I'm going to delete that node, and I'm going to pull that one back. Lovely. So what are we up to here? Well, let's get the middle outputs, which is this one, which will be going higher than low. So it's this one. This is output 3. That'll be fine. Okay, straight across. It's going to be the first. Goes across there. Okay, nice. Made a bit of a mistake there. Okay, so that's the outputs. And now what we also need are these permanent pads. So I'm going to try. I think I'm going to try and put them down here, which is going to get a little bit tricky here. So I'm going to move these back.
Oh, Chris. Yes, back using like in his office.
There we go. Put all those pads in. Now I'm just going to connect them. So that'll be the permanent pads that will be going low. And as Alex has reminded me, we also need those strain holes.
You need pull down resistance.
We don't need. Oh, very good, Mohammed. Very good. What are we going to do now? What a mess, eh?
Use a jumper wire.
What are we going to do? We've got to get them in, haven't we?
I used a cable.
I don't have a lot of room though. That's my problem.
If
You can use a off-board cable.
yeah, true.
I could do, but I'm not very happy with that. So what we might do is we might go back and revisit. Look, I'm going to grab one of these. I'm going to grab one of these and just see what it's like. So,
Can you change this? Or did you just turn off
I don't want to move these pads because I like them all in line, so I'm going to have to instead add a node in there. Alright. Yeah, I think that's going to work. What have we got here? A little bit of a mess. We'll put that one down there. That one up there. Get them all in line. And now I've got my low, which I was hoping would go in there. I think it still will. And one of these needs to be connected to one of these, and then the other pull down to the other one. Okay, I'm going to want a little low wire coming across. Okay, so we're going to jump between those. So we're going to connect those two with a wire, and then my pull downs are going to be connected to that. So I think it's one of these, isn't it? Electrical wire. I'm going to connect between there and there with a wire, and that will allow me to pull down. Thank you very much, Mohammed, on that one. Excellent. So I've got my strain hole for that, strain hole for that, strain hole for that. It's looking a bit dicky over there, isn't it? So I think what I might do is move that one over here. It's not too good. We'll leave it where it is. Yeah, we'll leave it where it is. Okay, so we're good to go on that that high side of the circuit now. The low side of the circuit is coming on. We need some strain holes, so let's get those sorted out. Let's see where this gets us. So that one. We did that one and that one. Then we need a couple for these, so I'm just going to put one there, one there. I think what that means is we're going to move that back. That's better, isn't it? Okay, got strain holes for those pads. All those seals are working, apart from we don't have a low. So the low is going to be coming something like that, coming in. It's too high, isn't it? So let's just grab this, delete that node, delete that. Together.
Sir.
Yeah.
How large are your pads and strain?
Mine are about 3 mil, I think, or something. 2.5 maybe.
Yeah, 2.5.
2.54.
Does this have to be done by today?
What is it? What's the deadline, guys?
Monday night.
Alright.
Monday night.
So this has to be done by today.
Yeah, I think it's Monday night. Going to try and replicate the other side. So there we go. Let's connect these ones. And they are going to be my low. Alright, that's my lows. Just looking at this here, might be able to get away with it, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's alright. That actually looks quite good. they are my permanent lows. And what we need to do now is put in some strain holes for them. What we did last time was put them in here. It's looking all a bit crowded, isn't it, on the low side? A little bit crowded.
Also, yours is actually good, and our rate's just got white all over it.
Maybe. Not too sure what I can do about that. I might just add a few more over here. If I need them. Okay, it's not a particularly good solution, but and now we just need to get the inputs and outputs. Anyone got any questions? No.
So you know the square holes, could they be next to the pads?
Well, what do you mean? What, these ones? Do you mean like that?
Like, yeah, like that.
Not really. I think they need to be. I always try and get them a bit further away.
So how do you like, because like I don't have any space to do that. With,
Well, you might have to make yourself a bit more space. You might. Your board might be a little bit small. Okay, so we're going to now put in some off-board components. We've got power supply. Going to get this one. Really quite a small board. Okay, there we go. What do we need next? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the copper area, which is going to go over here. Really, that shouldn't be so low. It's in line with this, and we're going to cut it off. So I'm going to move that one. I'm happy with that. Okay. So we've got our power going to it. Let's get some LEDs and let's get some. Got 10 minutes left. Let's get some LEDs and let's get some PTMs in. So input components, momentary switches. This will do. So we'll move that out a little bit. Copy paste.
We have to have strain holes for everything.
Copy paste.
oh no, it's not. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He sent us a file.
Copy paste.
It's not on TV.
No, it was an email.
Wait, how do you
What is this? What do you want?
Like the download for circuit wizard at home.
Yeah, I can.
You sent it.
I sent it. I sent it to you as a.
Oh.
But if you're having a lot of trouble, Paul, you need it for home. Just tell me, and I can send it through to you.
Yes, sir, that's
Yeah.
That's for you.
Yeah, I definitely need it for home. I need to finish off at home.
Okay, let's get onto this. I'm going to go with this one to there, and then this one to there, that one to there, that one to there, that one to there.
Wait, James, you need that one. This is this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that.
And that one.
Oh, I've been wasting millions of years.
No, I'm going to start that again.
It looks better if you do.
So there. Alex, you alright?
Oh yeah, just. Yeah, I might turn off grid snap and extend it just slightly beyond.
It's weird because on this side, there's only one TV on this side.
There we go, all those PTMs in position. So what do I need now? I need my LEDs. 5 min LEDs, I prefer these ones. James, good recital today. I was thinking that I thought you might come first, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so it was this.
I thought it was really good. I think it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, going going up first. As in the first person to recite. Alright, so let's get these. I don't need them, guys. So,
So, you know the square holes, do they need to be touching the trunk?
what's that?
Square holes don't need to.
No.
What's that?
Do they need to, the square ones, do they have to touch the trunk?
No, they don't. They should be completely, the square ones should not touch anything,
Oh,
ideally. So this is the high one, so this one needs to go down to here, because it's high, and then the low one. Let's go to there.
There is a big
So this high one.
Just take a screenshot. Wait.
I feel like there's too much all-in space.
Wait a second. Look. Actually, let me get into that.
There we go. LEDs connected. Alex, does it work?
Yeah, there was just a bit of a software issue.
What's the software issue?
It stopped responding, and it almost lost my work.
I might have to make that.
Could you put the resistors on the back?
There we go. Let's see. Fourth LED connected.
I'm so confused.
They confused.
Fifth LED connected.
I don't think the low rails are connected on the output
But
SIOs.
this is finished nice.
What do we do now?
I'm just going to have a look at this. Yeah, it's
Did you
fine.
rather
You don't think the low rail is
There's
connected?
nothing from the SILs on the right connecting.
Yeah,
to
very
the
good.
low rail.
What here?
give me?
Yeah.
Nice one. So you're absolutely right there.
Forgive me first.
And of the pair, we're going to say that the top one is the high and the bottom is the low. Standard housekeeping. It's always good just to have a familiarity with your circuits. There we go. I think that's probably about it. I've got about 5 minutes to test it. So the program that I could be writing, I will put into the next video, and so you can see that. But I'm going to stop it there and then just record a really quick one before we end.